everyone, it's Shannon, aka QB Crossing. First of all, I just want to say I am so sorry for disappearing for the past few months. If you didn't know, I had posted a community post, but I recently got married and then we went on our honeymoon to Japan and life was just super busy and I have missed you all very much and I'm so excited to be back with another island tour today. Please catch me up in the comments, let me know anything I may have missed, but I'm very excited to get back into these island tours with you all and just back into the Animal Crossing community. So with that, we have a very exciting island to tour today, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so as always, we are going to start with the island map and I will give a little bit of a description on what this island theme is. But this island is called Camellia. This is by a very talented Animal Crossing creator. I love so many of their islands, so I will have their socials in the description. You should definitely check out all of their islands. They have some colored themed islands like orange and red, and then just a ton of really great like structured yet natural town islands, which I know we all love so much. And you can see by this map here just how structured and organized this island is. It is a natural autumn themed island and it has a kind of like fishing town or port feel throughout it. And it is so gorgeous. I did a little run through before I started recording just to get a lay of the land. So I'm letting you all know that this one is definitely going to be a favorite. So we have a couple resident reps on the island and then a ton of really cute villagers. They all really have that kind of like autumn aesthetic, lots of browns and oranges and yellows, which I think is really nice, just kind of going with your theme and having villagers that match that. So without further ado, let's just check out the island. So as we are here at the entrance, I am already just loving what we're seeing right off the bat. There is so much symmetry, yet we kind of have this cul-de-sac vibe with the little circle pattern that we have with the pathing on the floor. And I really like the way, if we kind of zoom in here, that they put these leaves all around the edges to make it feel a little bit more natural, but it still feels super structured just because of the pathing that they're using, the in-game stone pathing. And then also these kind of like little steps in between here are so nice. We have the inclines on both sides and then both of the resident rep houses. And if you've watched my videos before, whoops, I always do that filter on here whenever I try to move my camera around. But like I was saying, this is just a dream for me because whenever I start an island, I love to at least have either a bridge, an incline, or a resident rep house, or just a house or structure of some sort. And this island has everything. It has 2 inclines, it has 2 houses. It's beautiful. And all the little details throughout, like the drop book and the bike over here, it just all adds into everything so nicely. You can definitely spend a lot of time on this island just looking at all the detail, like the panels here with these custom codes, and then just everything, like this mixing of pathing. We have the brown and the gray, and it works together really beautifully for this theme. I think I am going to go up to the left first. This was just calling my name, and it looks like we're actually kind of towards the edge of the island. So we can start around the left here and then loop our way around. But seriously, down to every little square inch on this island, it is perfectly decorated, and it's really not too much. There's not a lot of clutter, which is really nice, but it still feels very thoughtful, and there's just so much detail all throughout here as well. There's even this little stall over here, so lots of like little touches throughout that make it feel so lived in and so real. I also love using a party lights arch to frame a little walkway like this. It just adds a little bit of character and it's so cute. And then if we come over this way, I think we have a couple more villager houses. And again, like look at this color theming with the yellows and the browns, and then the 2 little statues in between. You could tell that they just love that symmetry, and I love it as well. I'm really not someone who designs with a lot of symmetry in my islands, but when you can do an island like this where it still brings in a lot of those natural elements, I just think it's so satisfying and so beautiful. Even the little matching welcome signs on the doors, that's so cute. I think I am going to continue over to the left before going back that other way that we were, just so we can see what's down this incline and little pathway over here. So this is really nice. I also love how easy it is to just get around this island. Everything's connected and it feels really smooth and seamless to just kind of explore around here, which I think is just really nice when you're touring an island, especially for me. I get lost all the time on islands. That's why I like to check them out first. But this is really easy to just navigate around. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. I adore diagonals in general, and seeing this is literally just so perfect for me. It's so satisfying. I love just the diagonal bridges and then the diagonal pathing as well. I don't know why, but I always thought it'd be really hard to do diagonal like in-game pathing like this, but I guess it's possible. This looks so good. And you can see this kind of like fishing town vibe that's coming through here with the lighthouses in the back, and then even all these little details, like we have a lot of the yachts over here, and then it looks like maybe you can kind of buy some fish, a little fish market. So good. And I think that this is actually connected. Oh, I didn't see this. Okay, so when you come over to the peninsula over here, there's actually a little house. And I'm assuming whatever villager lives here is probably just like owns a little fish market, has their little boat. So this peninsula makes perfect sense for them. Actually, let's see whose house it is, because I'm just kind of curious who they gave that house to. Oh, Bill. Oh my gosh, that's so fitting. Having the duck right over there. It's so cute. And Bill's house matches him so well. I've actually never seen that wreath before, and it's really cute. Like, I feel like I would use that wreath on my own in real life door. It's just so cute. So let's see, let's come back around this way and just check out a little bit more of this area, because there's so much detail all throughout here. I mean, even the little duck on the wooden crate, I'm getting inspired, which is really great, because since I've been gone for a while, I have not even opened up Animal Crossing. I have to get back into it, and I want to. The second I opened it up today to tour, I was so excited because it just brought back so much nostalgia and so much fun that this game has brought me in the past. So I can't wait to actually start creating again too. Hopefully we'll get some speed builds eventually once my creativity comes back. And oh my goodness, look at this. There is an entire train station here. That is so cute. They even have these little blocks that say train, and I believe that they made these custom codes. I will show you guys their creator code when we get over to resident services, but I love that. I actually don't even know what item this is, so if you know, you can leave it in the comments, but they must have just customized that. It looks like maybe it's a light of some sort, because it does look illuminated. It's just really pretty, and then using the train and then the telephone booths to actually make it look like the body of the train. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and that's just so amazing. And it matches their island really well too. There's even a house back here also, which is a really nice way to fill up the space with some more buildings. So they are using the stalls, but they're also using a villager house here as well, which is really nice. It just all comes together really beautifully. And I think if we go up here, we can get like even a better view of this. So there was a little incline over there, and I always love to see areas just from different levels on the islands. Like, look at how beautiful that is. I think this is so cool to see. So I love when there's a couple different levels on the island and you can check out the same view just from a different angle or a different perspective. So let's come up this way. I feel like we maybe are going around the island a little backwards just because I came from the left, but it's okay. This island looks beautiful from every single angle, so it doesn't really matter which way you approach it. Looks like there's a little carnival over here. We have a little food truck as well. And then this area, I think this is just like kind of a cutoff point, but I do think you can like stand over here and get a really cool view of that little diagonal waterway situation that was going on back there. I think that's so pretty. It just is a really nice kind of switch from the more structured front of the island to a little bit more natural feel that we're getting towards the back of the island, which is really nice. Oh, I think that there's actually, if I can get myself unstuck, something back here. Oh yeah, so it looks like we have a little cemetery, and this just really fits the overall feel of the island for me. It's the colors, it's just the vibe. I mean, the fact that it's autumn gives it a little bit more of a spooky feel to it too. And this is just also a really nice like space filler if you're working on an island and you're getting towards the end and you have a larger space to fill up. This is really beautiful, and it's kind of a different approach than just maybe doing a park. If you already have a park on your island, it's another great like kind of shared space on your island that you could create. So coming back around this way, let's see a little bit more of this carnival. So cute. I actually really like all these like carnival or festival items. I think they're really fun. They add a little bit of movement to your island as well, which is really nice. And look at this. The colors also are perfect for their island, so I can definitely see why they added this little like outdoor market. And if you think about autumn, I always think about like fall markets or farmers markets. So it kind of just works for this sort of island. Ooh, okay, so we have another really great little centerpiece area over here. Again, with the symmetry, they're just doing it so well, but it's not boring. I feel like sometimes when I say symmetry, it may seem like, oh, like it's just not as exciting, but to me, this is so amazing because we also have these little diagonal kind of cutoff points, and not cutoff points, but like parts of the path, I guess, that lead you out. So it adds a little bit of visual interest rather than just having like straight 90-degree angles all throughout here. This is so beautiful. The little fountain in the center, again, bringing in a little bit of that movement is so nice. And even getting to see the merry-go-round behind there, so beautiful. I just realized I said merry-go-round, and I feel like there's actually a different word for that. Like, is it a carousel or something? No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to look that up after. You know, there's a word in your head and it just, yeah, it's one of those days. Okay, I'm a little rusty, but let's see. We're gonna come back in here, and I actually think maybe we'll come up this way because I did see resident services over here, and look at this. What a gorgeous view. I love when people make their resident services actually a little bit more sunken. So by terraforming around it and making it look like it's actually kind of nested below where you are, it's so nice. And it just adds a little bit more visual interest to this building that you cannot move on your island. And by them adding in all of those panels with the windows to make it look like there's buildings surrounding it, more of a city, is so cool. And as I said before, they do have some custom codes on this island. You can get to them from the dream address here, or you can just grab it from the description. But they do have a lot of really cute codes, like the ones for the train and some other signage. And then they also have some really cute clothes as well. So if you want to come download anything, this creator does not just make good islands, but they also have amazing custom codes as well. So there's really nothing that they can't do, clearly. I'm always jealous of people who can make the custom codes because it's just something that I've never gotten into yet. Ooh, okay. So this is like leading up to resident services, or the path that you would take out of resident services. And it's just, everything around this island is honestly chef's kiss. I love that they have the two colors of the phone booths as well. They work together so nicely and add a little bit of contrast throughout this island. So you'll kind of notice that even though they have a very strict color palette throughout this island, it doesn't feel like repetitive or boring because they're using so many different shades within that color palette. So it feels really fun and exciting everywhere you go, but it still feels really cohesive. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so we have this little kind of bridge walkway over here, and then down below we're getting more of that fishing village vibe by seeing this little canal type of thing down here with the yachts as well. So good. And I'm even getting a little bit of like a medieval feel throughout here just because of the buildings that they're using and those tower pieces. And I really like it. I think it works really nicely for this island. And then if we come down here, this connects back to the entrance. So just to kind of orient ourselves a bit, if we were to go to the right, this is the way that we would have came. So if you are visiting the island and you want to start this way, this is where you will head to instead. So let's see, we're going to continue right over here. Ooh, okay, so we have more of these little signs that they made, and I think these letters are so cool. Again, it has a very kind of medieval vibe, even to the like lettering that they're using, which is really cool. The type of designs that they're choosing and even all of their custom codes just work really nicely. And they made these little faux buildings, which look so good. So this is definitely a little flower shop. I adore this. It's so cute. I love when people can make those display cases look really good because it's a really fun way of adding some more buildings to your island. We only have so many buildings to work with, so we got to just do what we can with the other items. And then there's even a little toy shop over here. I love this. It's so creative and it's so fun to think of other kind of buildings that you would want on your island and your dream town. So I actually personally think toy stores are so cute, especially a little vintage toy store like this. Very, very fitting. So I think we're going to come back around this way and just wrap back around because I know we've still missed the like back left or back right side of the island. So we do want to make sure that we head over there. So let's follow this pathway over here. And oh my goodness, look at this. We have even more of these little canals all throughout, and then all of the little like cutout pieces of land so that they could put the yachts on the water is so smart. I love when people do that, and it works really well for their island here. I think I'm actually going to go over here first before we head all the way to the right, just so we could get a better view of this. I love this. It's kind of like a land bridge, kind of not, but just so much depth and dimension by using terraforming to just work with different heights all throughout here, which is so nice. I love that little sunken waterfall feel. If we come back over this way, ooh, okay. So I know everyone is always looking for museum inspiration, and this is a really grand yet natural approach to the museum. It's still really covered with trees on all sides, so we have a ton of greenery, but by adding in the two, or actually there's 4 inclines here, that's a ton. It looks amazing. It has a very realistic feel to it because I feel like every museum always feels very grand. There's always just a ton of symmetry around and a lot of just really beautiful like parks surrounding it or just nature, at least a lot of the museums that I've been to. So I love this. It feels very realistic to me, and it's just, again, like they're not going too crazy with all of the items that they're using. It's very just understated, but it's just perfectly done. If I made any sense there, it's just the right amount of items for this island. I think if we come through this way, okay, so this leads us back to over where that little kind of carnival area was. So again, I always like to orient to where we are, make sure that we didn't miss anything. So if we come back around this way, we're now going to head over to the like very right side of the island. So up over here, there's a couple different ways we can go, but I just thought that this was such a beautiful view of Nook's Cranny. I love that. And I love just seeing the villagers crossing. Again, it feels so lived in and beautiful. And just seeing the villagers roaming around just adds that little extra layer to the island. I know that's not something that they designed. It's just something that I want to point out. I love just seeing the villagers interacting with the designs that we make. So look at this. Again, just using these diagonals with the in-game pathing adds so much visual interest to the space. This is so beautiful. So I think we've entered their little like shopping district area over here. And if we come back around this way, I think we will now find Able Sisters. So yep, Able Sisters is right behind here. And there's even a little parking lot. Again, they've thought of everything. It's so good. Oh, I love this. And I think they're German. If I can kind of dissect this language to what I think it is, I think they're German. And I always love seeing Nook's Cranny and Able Sisters in different languages. For some reason, it just looks even prettier to me, maybe because I'm used to just seeing the English versions of all of them. So I don't know, and it also kind of adds to the vibe of their island. I can't explain it. It just does. And then back here we have this, oh my gosh. As I've said before, and if you've watched my videos, you know how much I love diagonal neighborhoods. And this one is so good. It goes with their island so well with the port feel. So we have the water coming through, we have the yachts in the frame. There's even a lighthouse all the way towards the back, and they've made all of these houses match, so it feels really cohesive with this little neighborhood feel. Again, it's just very kind of charming. We have the clothesline as well. Everything is just so nice. I think the more that I go through this, the more kind of, I don't know, vintage it feels. Vintage isn't even the right word, but it's definitely not a modern island. This has to be a little bit more of a medieval kind of setting throughout here. So let's see, back over here. Ooh, there's even another little house over here, and it's just totally tucked away, very hidden. I would love a very like hidden cottage like this. It's so cozy. I love it. And then back here, there are a couple of more villager houses. So I love that a lot of the villager houses are actually all within this back right area of the island. It gives it a really nice neighborhood, suburban feel, which is really, I don't know, it's homey and it's cozy. I really like it. Personally, my favorite thing to decorate in this game are just houses in general. So these are always my favorite areas on like every single island. And with that, I think that we have seen everything on this island. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. You have to let me know what you thought in the comments. I am a huge fan of this Creators Island. Hopefully we can tour some more of them in the future. But I'm so happy to be back, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.